3 races from last week's election are now heading to a runoff, and you, the taxpayer, will pay for that.
Target 7 investigation showing us the costs and why a solution to avoid runoffs has failed time and time again. Here's Jason McNabb.
Well, yeah, that's right, Doug and Shelley. Of course, since no one running for mayor or city council districts 1 and 3 got 50% of the votes, you will now have to head to the polls again next month and choose between the top 2 candidates in each race. Now, proponents of ranked choice voting say we would avoid going through all of this trouble if we had that system in place.
The money is used for a variety of things when it comes to election balloting and equipment.
Nathan Jaramillo oversees the elections in Bernalillo County. He says just like in a regular election, polling sites need to be leased, poll officials need to be paid, as do all other employees working to administer the election. When we asked how much it'll actually cost, we got a wide range.
Approximately between $500,000 and $1 million.
We've delivered that estimate to the city of Albuquerque, and it is approximately $1.6 million.
Some think it's a waste of money, and voter turnout is generally lower. Advocates and some city leaders say ranked choice voting is a solution to avoid spending taxpayer money and lessen voter fatigue.
Wouldn't it be nice if this was over? And if we had ranked choice voting, it would be. All the signs could come down, we could get back into the work of governing.
Northeast Heights City Councilor Tammy Feeblecorn favors the system, as does Cesar Marquez, an electoral reform advocate.
With the current runoff system, you have lower voter turnout. So that means that you have a smaller percentage of people choosing for everybody else, right? And so to us, that doesn't seem like a truly representative democracy.
It's a simple concept. Let's use these popsicles as an example. I asked people in the newsroom to rank them based on their least to most favorite flavors, 1 through 5, just like this. After tallying up the votes, we can see that not one flavor hit 50% as someone's #1 choice. So now we begin eliminating. No one voted green as their #1 choice on the ballot, so it'll be eliminated. Only one person voted orange as their #1, so it will also be eliminated. However, that person's vote will now be redistributed to their second choice on their ballot, which in this case was red. As you can see, now purple has the least amount of votes of people who voted purple as their #1, so this one will also be eliminated. Whoever voted purple will now have their votes redistributed to their #2, which in this case was also red. Red gains 2 and now has more than 50% of the votes at the #1 spot, meaning red wins. Santa Fe voters elected their new mayor this way this election cycle, and voters in Las Cruces chose theirs the same way back in 2023.
Santa Fe and Las Cruces have shown that it works.
Former City Councilor Pat Davis sponsored a bill that would have introduced ranked choice voting back in 2019, however was shot down at the time due to it also being during an election year.
And I don't think the rules should be changed during the middle of an election cycle.
Davis still supports it to this day.
When you look at 20 and 30% voter turnout, maybe we need to do something to encourage more people to participate, giving them more options, giving them more definitive answers early.
So why hasn't this system been adopted in Albuquerque?
You know, I really don't understand this. There is nothing hard to understand about ranked choice voting, and that's the thing I hear the most often, which is puzzling to me.
Why has the city of Albuquerque decided to stick with runoffs, even though they're more expensive than ranked choice?
It feels a lot more comfortable to hang on to the system you had versus let something else happen that may not work or you may not understand. So there's just been resistance.
Now, Albuquerque's runoff election takes place on December 9th. And once it's done, we will come back and tell you exactly how much it has cost. It's also important to know that the city election data shows this is the first time there's been a runoff election in which voters can cast ballots for a mayor and multiple city councilors in 20 years. For Target 7, I'm Jason McNabb.
If you have a story for us to investigate, call 505-884-6347 or email target7tips@koat.com.